everyone, and welcome to Behind the Bison, brought to you by West Fargo Events. They're online at westfargoevents.com. I'm Chris Hansen, along with the voice of the Bison, Jeff Culhane, and here we go. It is playoff time. I know it's tough to get over last weekend. That one hurt, and will hurt for probably another 6 months until there's a meeting in Brookings. But Jeff, NDSU in the playoffs again, familiar foe this weekend.
Yeah, familiar foe. Eastern Washington coming to town in a rematch of that national championship game following the 2018 season. And it's good to be a part of it, right? 16-team bracket. And there's some familiar faces on both sides, especially with Eastern, with their quarterback Eric Barrier. So that's the big talking point of the Eagles when you discuss them this week.
And looking through in their wins, they lost their first game of the spring, a real close game. So they were that close to being undefeated for the entire season. They're rated in the top 10, but in their wins, they scored 45, 46, 62, 32, and 38 points. Yeah. I think they're in the top 5 of scoring offense in all of FCS football this spring. That's a challenge for David Braun and the defense.
Yeah, they're number 1 in the country in total offense at just over 561 yards per game. And the 2 games against Idaho, they were a meager 400-plus yards of offense. The other 4 games they played, all wins, they were at 563 or higher.
Oh, my word.
Total offense in those 4 games. So they're high-flying. They like to run a lot of plays, and it all stems through Barrier. And I tell you what, they've got some good running backs. Their offensive line, they have 4 new starters that they have there with a 6-year player at left tackle and Tristan Taylor. And I really like their wide receivers. Talolo Limu-Jones leads the country in yards per catch. He's a phenomenal talent. Freddie Roberson, another really good player. So this is your typical Eastern Washington team we've grown accustomed to over the last decade.
It's funny to think of when I last checked in on Eastern Washington, they were having budget problems. There was talk of eliminating the athletic department. I mean, it was bad not that long ago. Here they are.
It still is.
Yeah, and so, that they are playing maybe on some borrowed time.
Well, it's a very unique situation, Thinking about how the pandemic has affected everyone, Eastern Washington has lost 4 assistant coaches since January 1st, and they lost an assistant coach a week ago during the season. He went down to New Mexico State, their running backs coach, Coach Brian Maurice. And so, they are shy 2 coaches for a full staff currently right now. So everybody's been hit in the pandemic in their own ways. They've had opt-outs and transfers. They've had assistant coaches move on in a hurry as well.
All right, for 30 seconds, I want you to be Matt Entz. How does NDSU win this weekend? What do we have to do, Coach?
Well, we have to be able to sustain drives and run the football and keep their offense off the field. In the games that we have played against Eastern Washington from 2016 on, we've been able to run the ball, control time of possession, keep their offense off the field, not allow them to get into a rhythm. Defensively, you have to contain the quarterback. We've struggled with that with McElvain and Mark Gronowski against South Dakota State. This guy's better than both of them.
Yeah,
so
scary.
You have to be able to contain the quarterback and take advantage of opportunities when the ball's in the air. There will be possibilities for turnovers in this game.
All right, well, the winner of this game on Saturday at 2:30 gets Monmouth or Sam Houston, but NDSU just trying to go 1-0 this week, back in the FCS playoffs, trying to make another run to Frisco. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks to West Fargo Events, online at westfargoevents.com, for bringing you Behind the Bison.